Hey, who'd you talk to? What is going on? It's me, Mike Lepre, here with legit fantasy football from legit fantasy sports. It's the playoffs. Welcoming on a Saturday. We don't do Saturdays, but we're gonna do them for you these few times to get you guys good for the playoffs. Joining me as always. First, I introduce Brother Ray. Brother Ray, good morning on this Saturday morning. How are you?
Doing well, King. Looking forward to some playoff football.
Yeah, me too. I'm into it. Again, joining us as always is Sensei Mastradamus.
Yeah!
Saturday morning.
I'm doing good. Broke my foot. Broke my foot. I'm a little broken. It just so happened to be the same time that I went under 50% on the first year. Coincidence? I think not. I've been watching a lot of Cobra Kai. We got these mass things going on. And as the mass things go on, I kind of changed my philosophy of thinking. And I'm like, we're becoming ninjas. So then I started watching Cobra Kai. Next thing I'm out in the backyard kicking rocks, trying to get ketchup out of the rocks.
Well, that makes sense. Joining us as always is Genius Kev. Genius, how are you today?
Doing great. Mastradamus inspired me. Got my mask. I'm masking up for the show. Got my pirate colors on because got the Raiders going tonight. So I'm up with the up with the skull and crossbones mask.
Raiders, huh?
Man.
Okay.
All right. I get that. Now, gentlemen, so there's two games today. We do have 8 teams left? 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Did you think it would be these 8 teams? Are there any teams that stick out to you as a team that should not or should be in those 8, Brother Ray?
No, I think it's the teams. The Rams might be an exception, but I think everyone else, we kind of looked at. They've had good years at different times during the year. I mean, the Rams were actually good at one point. They started off really good. Same thing with the Browns. The Browns, they had points in the year where they looked like the real deal. So I'm not really surprised.
All right, not really surprised. Mastradamus, what do you think? Any teams that are here that shouldn't be or should be?
This is the Patriot fan in me. Where I'm going to go ahead and say they should be here.
Yeah,
they should be here.
All right, for real? You really think?
No, absolutely not for real. I think every team that's here probably is here for the right reasons. It's been a crazy year. I can't even believe we're watching football right now, and we're lucky to even say that we are. And it's cool. It's been an honor to watch the Browns do what they do. Hopefully they keep it up. It's awesome that they got the mountain of they got the tallest order of the weekend, I'd say. So we'll see. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Genius, what about you? Anything stick out to you?
The biggest surprise I think is Cleveland still being alive. I think the Rams, I'm not that surprised because, like Brother Ray said, they had a couple of runs where they were playing really, really well. But then the one team I think that I would have expected here, just talent-wise, would be the Cowboys. But with the horrible hire of Mike Nolan on the defensive side and the injury to Dak, that kind of submarined them. But if they had a decent defensive coordinator and Dak wasn't injured, I wouldn't be surprised if they were still sticking around. But the Rams are, the Rams are definitely worthy of their spot.
All right. When I look at it, when I do the perusing, the Rams, I feel like our Jekyll Hyde type team. I feel like the Bills are the surprise team to me from like a year ago. Not if you watch them all year, but like a new team that's fresh that's in there. And then I don't know. I guess Cleveland would have to be the surprise team, right? Because those other teams like KC and New Orleans, they're like regulars. Green Bay, they're just there. You know what I mean?
King, you know who the Rams remind me of? If you mind me interjecting here, I had Jared Goff a few years back in my big money league, and he won me a championship. But there was a lot of times when he met up against top tier defenses, and he didn't look like he did. There was weeks that he looked well coached, and he was reminiscent of Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky and the Bears look like unbelievable when they are coached right, when they put themselves in the right positions. The Rams are the same way. And Sean McVay, I believe he's still young. When he went to the Super Bowl, he got completely outcoached by Belichick, and I think he was too big. The scene was too big for him. But those two teams are very similar. Like, there's times when they look very good, and then there's times when you're like, wow, Jared Goff, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So what I wanted to ask was this, guys. First, before we get to these playoff teams, because I wanted to kind of do a deeper dive on them, let's talk about the Jets hiring. Brother Ray, what do you think of the Jets' new head coach? The dude looks like he's like amped. He just looks like he's amped by everything that he does. Will it translate and work in New York?
You know, it's interesting that they kind of did the same thing the Dolphins did, and they went with the hot defensive coordinator. You know, and you look at a lot of teams now, they're really going more towards the offensive side of the ball because it helps you money-wise, and it helps you because you don't have to go out and shop for offensive coordinators every other year. I mean, look at the Dolphins right now. They hired a defensive coordinator, and they're going to have their second offensive coordinator in the third new offensive coordinator in 3 years. So a lot of teams are going for the offensive side of the ball, you know, a la Joe Brady. I mean, that defense was solid. He did a lot with injuries this year. That's why the unit, I think, suffered. Last year they were the, you know, easily the top defensive unit. I just hope he brings some discipline because that's what the Jets need right now. When you go from Adam Gase, there's going to be an adjustment period. I told all my fellow Jet friends, you know, once they hired Adam Gase, I said, you know, your program's going to be down for 5 years. That's just the reality. So, but hopefully he brings the discipline that team needs.
Let me interject. You do not sound sold. Genius. What are your thoughts on the new coach in New York?
It's funny, the stuff Ray said, Brother Ray said, I agree with. I mean, he brings energy. He brings I think he's going to bring discipline. He's a personality. He looks the part. But it's funny, like everything I've read, and I'm curious with Mastradamus' thoughts on this because he's probably more of an X's and O's guy. Everything I've heard about the San Francisco defense is that it was always the same basic fronts doing the same things, and with the tremendous amount of talent they had, it made them look great. Is he going to be able to switch it up? Is he going to be able to make it work with lesser talent? Is the first question. The second thing Brother Ray said is huge. Like, he's going to have to find an offensive coordinator, and if he finds anybody that's good in 2 years, he's going to have to replace him. And like, what does it mean for Sam Darnold? So I think there's a lot of interesting questions on going defense. I think if I were the Jets, I probably would have gone with an offensive mind. But again, I don't know an NFL team. So those are my thoughts.
Before I go to Matt, really quick, the Giants have that situation in a weird way, whereas Judge is the head coach, and he's constantly pushing people up the system because he knows people are going to get hired from his organization.
Yeah.
So he constantly has somebody in line, right? Is he that type of coach? Is he a Joe Judge type coach? Because I'll tell you what, as a New York Giants fan, I'm loving Joe Judge. I love me some Joe Judge, the way he handles stuff, the way he deals with stuff. So if the Jets get a guy like Joe Judge, he could change the whole organization. Matt?
Well, yes. I mean, there's always a right way and a wrong way to start. I can agree on that. But now you got, you know, the Patriots are down, but you got Buffalo, then you got Miami. Buffalo's going to be Buffalo. Buffalo's going to be real. I mean, we'll see. You know, you could have this 1 year, you're good, and then the next year you're not. But Buffalo looks like they're going to play the pot for the next foreseeable future. Then you got Miami. Then you got the Pats, who got insurmountable amount of cap space next year. And you know Bill's going to get it right regardless. I mean, he might not be able to get the free agents in there like he did when he had Brady there. But, you know, they're probably going to get their ship turned around quicker than the Jets would. So they got 3 teams amongst them that they got to compete with that, you know, the Jets are the Jets. Who is feeding him? Who's the GM there? Did they replace the GM? Does he have the GM role? That's the key issue there because they've been getting high, end talent, and then they've just been turning around and selling it. So
Yeah,
it's gonna they ruined the ship. I also think something happened towards the end of the year when they were like going. Somebody behind closed door was like, "We will funnel you money, but we can't have these problems where these kids don't want to come out of college and come to your organization because you suck. You're making us look bad." And there was something there in the end where the Jaguars took that by the hold and gave Trevor that spot, and the Jets went on and won. I wouldn't doubt it if the Rams got paid to go to sleep on that. Wouldn't doubt it.
So let me throw something at you guys. This weekend we got 8 teams left. How many quarterbacks from today and tomorrow's games are Hall of Fame quarterbacks? Like literally, what are we watching? Because we got Goff, Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield. All right, whatever. But these next 3, Mahomes, Brady, Breeze, boom, boom, boom. Rodgers, I would think Rodgers makes it. Lamar Jackson probably might make it, I would think. Mahomes, Brady, Breeze. So is that at least 5 out of
No.
No?
Lamar Jackson is not.
Nope.
No way will he be.
All right. What about Josh Allen? What's saying he's not going to be?
Well, I mean, this is his first. I mean, he's the leader of that team, and I love. Like I say, look at his eyeballs. Like that dude looks like a madman out there, and I think that the coach and of course the quarterback, the team is going to either follow the leadership of either of those two. Like, do we have a great coach? Are we being put in the best position to win? Is our quarterback worthy enough to win these games for us? Are we going to have to rely on defense all the time? They believe in what they got there. I think Josh Allen is a great, and he's trending upwards. This is his first year where he's really started completing balls. We'll see. I like him. It sucks to be rooting for a Buffalo Bills team that's inside my division, but I'll tell you what, I like his toughness. He's a tough kid.
So Brother Ray, Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Mahomes, Hall of Fame, right?
Without a doubt.
First ballot.
Wait, Goff, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, and Josh Allen. Don't you feel kind of confident, Brother Ray, you might get another one out of those 4?
1.
Not you, Matt. You, Ray.
I think so. I mean, we don't. The jury's still out on Lamar. The jury's still out on Josh Allen. I'll tell you one person the jury definitely is not out on, Jared Goff. Jared Goff has burned me so many times in fantasy. Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, he should be bagging groceries somewhere. I mean, Jared Goff is definitely not on that list. So, I mean, we can definitely say that 100%. But those other guys, I mean, you got to give Jackson and Allen some time. I mean, it's an up and down roller coaster, the NFL.
What about Baker? What if Baker goes on a run and Cleveland makes it all the way this year?
I mean, the thing with Baker is he hasn't had any weapons around him. He's been on the Browns. This year, he's finally has a coach, an offensive mind that knows what he's doing, that's putting him in good spots. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think it's all in front of all of those guys, Allen, Baker, and Lamar.
Excuse, Ray. I just think you made an excuse for Baker Mayfield. You said he had nothing around them. I would kill. Daniel Jones would kill to have the running backs that he has, the wide receivers that he has there.
Right now, this year.
This year.
At least, what about last year?
Well, they just started
last year. What's his face from the Dolphins? The other guy, the other two of the tandem.
Jarvis Landry is not.
Jarvis Landry and OBJ were there last year.
He's not a number 1 though. He's not a number 1 king.
Who?
He's a good possession receiver, Jarvis Landry.
So Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry don't make you have 2 great wide receivers, you think? And then Njoku was your tight end last year, and whoever the running back was. It's not fair.
Njoku wasn't where he is.
Baker has weapons.
You don't like Baker Mayfield.
I don't like Baker Mayfield. I know that.
Come on, Baker.
That one.
If Baker stays on this trajectory, he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's a complimentary quarterback. A Hall of Fame quarterback has to be able to win you games almost on their own. No one's afraid of Baker Mayfield.
That's why he's a genius.
Hey, the argument isn't on the table about that.
That's
The
why
argument
he's
is on
a,
the table with that. The argument on the table
why
is
he's a
does he have
genius.
weapons? Did he have weapons? I think he did. I think people make excuses for
Who
him. I
did
think,
Tom Brady
and-
have in his first 5 years? He had
and
nobody.
I think his commercials are some of the worst commercials.
I love those.
No,
I love
bullshit.
his commercials. Oh, we got a
when he
hater
goes to
here.
the stadium.
We got
Oh God, they're so boring, and they go
The metal
on.
detector.
And
Come
they
on.
depend on like quiet time for comedy, like the old school like Johnny Carson type dead time.
We got to get the place ready. We
And
got
he's got
company
no
coming.
comedic timing. Nah,
Stinks in here.
I
It
hate that
stinks
guy.
in here. It's
I really do hate him.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this, Brother Ray. Out of the 8 teams left, who's got the best running back? I'll give you a sec.
God. I mean, if you look at, you have some really good running teams left. I mean, Green Bay, you got Jones and Dillon's been coming on. Baltimore has a pair of young running backs that are interchangeable. I'd probably say Buffalo right now. Probably, I mean, Zach Moss has been okay, but they probably have the worst. Well,
Zach Moss is done, brother.
I mean,
No.
I'd probably
Zach
say
Moss
Buffalo
is
has the
out.
worst running attack, but I'd probably have to go with Cleveland right now as the best tandem. I mean, they have 2 studs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Genius, what do you got?
I agree with Brother Ray. It's either Cleveland or if you had to only pick one, maybe Aaron Jones, but Nick Chubb and Hunt are tough to top. I don't think you can top those guys.
Matt?
I'll tell you what, right? It's crazy that we're even talking running game in this prolific passing offense of 2021, 2020, whatever you call it, right? I like Cam Akers, and I think he's electric. I think he's going to look better against that Packers defense. I think we're going to see some crazy stuff from Cam Akers in the next year, but I got to go with Brother Ray. I think Nick Chubb is probably the toughest hard-nosed running back left in it right now. And then you got Kareem Hunt, who's 1A. Like, Kareem Hunt is unbelievable, and he'll gas you. You know, his rookie year, 19 yards per reception out the backfield. That can't be matched. He's still got that. He's nasty.
See, I would go with Baltimore just based on the fact that Lamar can run.
Overall run scheme.
They have like 2 or 3 running backs at deep.
Yeah.
You know, in the Ravens with that.
Yeah.
But our last question then would be the best defense of the weekend. Matt, which of the 8 teams has the best defense left in?
Oh, without a doubt, it's the Saints. The Saints, you know, they made Tom Brady look like dog shit twice. It's so crazy to me that line is where it's at, because I feel like, you know, we won't even get into it, but I feel like that defense is the best defense. That it's the only defense that's left. King, it's the only defense that's left.
Oh, all right. Brother Ray, what's your favorite defense left?
Yeah, I'd probably give the Saints a slight edge over the Rams. I think the Rams have some pieces that really match up with the Packers today.
I do too.
All right. Yeah. See. All right. Genius. Your favorite defense other than those 2? Can you pick a third?
Pick a third. I don't know if there is a third. I guess I'd go with the Ravens. Probably the Ravens. I like the coordinator a lot. I don't think it's funny. I don't think what he's going to do today is going to be the best playing against the Bills, but pure defense. I think I'd gotta go Baltimore third.
All right. So then, what's the Balls' worst defense in this playoff? Like left. What's the worst defensive team left that you just have the least amount of faith in? Matt?
I personally believe it's the Bucs defense. I can't believe that they've won and have the record that they have with that pass defense. That pass defense is just so horrendous. And I pick on it every week in FanDuel. And I FanDuel DraftKings, and I've been winning some money lately on there. And you strike where the weakness is. And I think the pass defense of the Tampa Bay Bucs has been horrendous all year long.
All right. Kev?
I'd probably go Buffalo. I think it's funny. I don't think they're a bad defense, but I just think they're kind of average. Like there's nothing. They don't have a ton of glaring weaknesses, but there's nothing really special about them either. So I'd say Buffalo.
Ray?
I'd probably have to give Buffalo a slight edge over Cleveland, although they have been playing better lately. Again, a bunch of, I'd probably have to say Buffalo right now, whereas Cleveland, I think, has a better front.
All right. Let's go. Let's look at today's games. See if we can pick people some winners. So, I would say, like, over the last couple of weeks, I know we had 1 week there where one of us or two of us went upside down almost, but we've been pretty much on the money, especially with our teasers. So, with only 2 games today, what I'm going to do is I'll say the game if Kev, if you can just give me the spread at the time, the over under, and we'll go that way because we got to figure out a 3-team parlay today, guys. For everybody that's listening, so that's got to be the 2 teams, and we got to pick one of the games over unders. So the first game we have the LA Rams, right? Can't see. Yep, Rams could be the Chargers. They could have snuck in on the NFC. I'm so blind with glasses, looking like Bruce Arians. Rams at Green Bay. Green Bay is favored. Am I right? 6, gentlemen?
7.
7, and the over/under is
45.5 right now.
Okay, so I misheard your first time. I think you said 7.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start with Ray. Ray, who do you like? Rams at Packers. Packers -7. Over/under is 45.5.
I think this is going to be an interesting game, and it may be closer at certain points than people think. I think, the Rams are going to do the opposite that Green Bay is going to want to do. They're going to want to ball control, run the ball. I like the Packers in this game, -7. I love them at home. I think, they can throw the deep ball, and once Goff gets behind, we're going to see the usual Jared Goff that we're used to seeing.
All right, what do you think about the over/under, though?
I'd probably go under in this one. I think it's going to probably turn into a slugfest at certain points. I think that both teams want to run the ball. I'd probably go with the under in this.
All right. Mastradamus, same game. What do you got?
See, Brother Ray, I like what he did with his assessment because if I was going to go with Green Bay, I would go with the under also. I'm the other way on both ends because I believe the Rams are going to have success against that Pack defense, and I also believe that 7 is just so inflated for them. The Rams, it's funny when you touched on what defenses, Rams have a good defense, and like Brother said, they match up very well against that offensive of the Pack. I think that we're going to see Aaron Rodgers get frustrated today. He's not going to be able to get to Adams the way he'd like. He'll still have some outage to him a lot. You can't completely bottle that up. You got to just slow it down. Love the over, and I love the Rams getting 7.
Wow. Genius.
All right, so I cannot believe how much time I've spent on this game this week. Like, just looking at numbers, listening to all these different takes, and like, it's such a strange game, and the line is really strange. And one of the things I heard that really kind of resonated with me is that the line right now is like all the worst case stuff for the Rams is priced into the line. So everyone's assuming Jared Goff, his thumb injury, he's going to be a mess. Everyone's assuming the Aaron Donald injury is going to be bad. Cooper Kupp, he hasn't even practiced this week, and that's how it's at 7. So the line is probably a little too large. And then the other thing, like what Brother Ray said, the Rams defense matches up so well with the Packers. Who do the Packers wide receivers? Who? Devontae Adams. If you could bottle up Devontae Adams, obviously they have Al Lazard, they have Marcus Valdes-Scantling. Both of those guys, neither one of them is a number 2. Tanyan's strong, give him that. But if you have Jalen Ramsey, you could shut down Adams most likely. And I looked into that too, and the Rams run a lot of zone, but they had Ramsey shadow DK Metcalf. He was on him 65% of the time in the 3 games they played. So it's not unheard of for Ramsey to just follow one guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if that. Plus, Brandon Staley is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. So I think he is going to frustrate the Packers. I think there'll definitely be some frustration there, especially early downs. It's going to come down to third down and whether or not Rodgers can make plays. That's one thing. Then the other thing is Bakhtiari's out. We all know that. they signed that tackle who was like a high school football coach who played on the Colts. They signed him off the street. He's got COVID, so he's not playing either. So they're going to have a third string left tackle. The Rams Donald around. If I were the Rams, I'd just stick him on the left tackle and just have him ruin that guy's whole career. So I think it'll be frustrating for the Packers. But then on the other side of the ball, I don't think the Rams are going to be able to move it either. I think Cooper Kupp is going to be a decoy, maybe not even play. So you're going to have the Rams. The Packers have two good corners. So they could probably shut down Woods. And you're gonna have, so it's going to be a very frustrating game, I think. But when it's all said and done, I don't see the Packers losing, especially at home. It's also game's going to be cold. The game time is going to be cold. Jared Goff is he's actually 3-1 in games under 40 degrees, but his stats are horrendous. So he's got a broken thumb in the cold, and he's bad and he plays poorly in the cold anyway. So, like I said, I did so much research on this game. In the end, I wish it were lower than 7. I got in Rams Packers 6.5. 7's a little tough, but I'll still go with the Packers. So a little longer than normal, but I've spent hours and hours on this stupid game. I cannot wait for it to get started. And whoever scores first, I'm gonna be looking at tons of live stuff like in game. Best case scenario would be the Rams score first, and then you can load up on Green Bay with a much more reduced number. So I would be very. What?
Packers in the under.
Packers in under, yeah.
Okay.
I want to interject for 1 second, right? I was looking at the playoff bracket before this whole show started, and I said this, and I always say this: one of the 1 seeds is going to lose, straight up. They're not going to go on to the next round. I don't believe KC and Green Bay are going to both get through their contest. When I say that, I say one of the two of them is going to drop, and I say who is it going to be? It's not going to be KC. I believe we see Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Rams next week.
So check me out. Thank you for the interjection.
I see the Rams winning.
And the gentleman have 2 minutes. I give 2 minutes to the person from so and so. That makes no sense. I give 2 minutes to this guy. My predictions for this game actually match Matt's completely. I think the Green Bay Packers win the game. I don't think they win by 7. And I think it's a shootout. In my head, it's going to be a playoff game that's going to be sloppy. I think you might have a couple pick sixes. I think you might have a couple of just 300 yards each per quarterback. Whatever. I think they're just going to let it hang out. So I like going over 45.5, and I like the Rams because I think it's going to end up being like a field goal that kicks it at the end.
I agree.
That's a game that I see. So, Matt, I would put my money exactly where you're doing it. And Brother Ray and Genius actually have the exact same bet. So this time on the first game, pick the winner and the under. You can go on the right side of the screen or the left side of the screen. On the left side, we like the Rams +7 and going over 45.5. If you go to the right side of the screen, you're going to like the Packers -7 and the under.
Yep.
Here we go now to the second game, which is probably I think this is my favorite game that I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to see this because I don't know what's going to happen. I just know it's going to go boom. I'm waiting for a sonic boom. So, Genius, what is the spread right now with the Ravens and Buffalo?
It's 2.5. Buffalo -2.5. Buffalo -2.5, and it's 49.5 for over under.
There it is. All right, so let's start with Mashadamas. Mashadamas, Buffalo -2.5 at home. The overs under is 49.5.
It's going to be a great game, and just like Kev was saying, the Ravens defense is awesome. They got cornerbacks for days. They can match up against the Bills offensively. It's going to be whether or not Devin Singletary can have himself a day, maybe get some balls up the backfield. It's gonna be a fun game. I'm a little wary of the spread. It says 2.5. I still have Buffalo in this game because they're my Super Bowl representative. Buffalo. What's the over under?
45.5. 49.5.
Yeah, 49.5.
See, that to me that tells me Buffalo. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say under. I think it's gonna be an under. But I wouldn't. I would stay away from it. I would go with the Rams one over this one with the over on that one. But I would stay away from this over-under. Because I like Buffalo, I would go over. I just have a feeling that you're going to see an under in this one just because Baltimore is a run-first option team, and I think that you're going to want to see Devin Singletary kind of take control of the ball. That's where they're going to kind of want to go with. They're not going to want to pass against that pass defense of the Ravens. So I see a drag them out, Slabanaka.
Buffalo, you like Buffalo -2.5 and the under. Okay. Brother Ray?
Yeah, I think one of the big subplots will be Humphrey on Diggs. I mean, I think if you look at what Buffalo's going to want to do, it's all about Diggs and what they can do in the passing game. And I think the Ravens will come up with a plan to stop Josh Allen and make him look ordinary. I love the Ravens in this. I think they're starting to peak at the right time. I think their defense has really stepped up. And with the Bills, you're really facing a one-dimensional team. With Singletary, he has not been able to get it going on the ground at all this year. And I think the Bills, probably their offensive line may be one of the weaker offensive lines remaining in these playoffs. I mean, there's some really good offensive lines in these playoffs, and that's probably why they're here. I love the Ravens in this. I think the Ravens are going to take it to Buffalo. I think they're the better coach team. They've been there before. Harbaugh has been there before, and I think people can continue to underestimate him. I don't personally like him, but I think he's a great coach, and I think he's going to bring it today. And I just like their rushing attack against Buffalo.
All right, so you like the Ravens and the under, you're saying?
I would say under. Yeah, I don't think Lamar's going to light it up against Buffalo. I think it's going to be a ground and pound, ball control, and I think their defense is going to take advantage of Buffalo.
Ravens and the under for Ray. All right, genius. All right, genius. Who do you like?
I like the Bills. So I'm joining the Bills Mafia with Master Novice down there, and just Master Novice and Brother Ray said brought up a lot of points that I was going to bring up. Just a couple of things. I think the Bills are going to be able to handle the Ravens rushing attack. The Bills put the kind of blueprint together how to slow them down. At the end of last season, they lost, but they only gave up 24 points. Tennessee, this game last week, everyone's raving. Lamar Jackson got his first win. The Ravens. How many points did they score? 20? 23, something like that? I think Buffalo is going to find its way into the 30s, and I think the Ravens will probably be somewhere in the low 20s, high teens, and I think I think it's going to knock them out. One of the things Brother Ray brought up that really worries me is and Matt Strum's brought it up also, is the rushing attack. Buffalo without Zach Moss, with that 1-2 punch, they're in trouble. That could be a problem. But I think I think the passing game is going to be a little too much for Ravens to handle. I think Humphreys will shadow Diggs, and I think that'll be a problem. But they have Gabriel Davis, they have Cole Beasley, they have John Brown back, they have Dawson Knox. They have a bunch of other weapons, and I think you can beat Marcus Peters. So what I would expect to have, you'll probably see a few big plays down the field, like double moves, Allen with a pump fake, and just like a couple of big plays over Marcus Peters. And I think that'll be enough to get the Bills pull it out. I would say Bills and over.
Genius.
All right, Bill.
Don't forget about McKenzie. McKenzie had 20 touchdowns in the head.
Yeah, so, Ian McKenzie too. Yeah.
I'm going to go really quick with Kev. I would agree completely with you on this game. It's Bills and the over. I just see it being a lot of points. I think it could be a lot of points quick. So putting these together, I would have to say, Kev, that you must think that's an incredible game to tease, just because 2.5, right, and the 45.5. No.
The Packers game is a great tease, 7 or 6.5, whatever you do it down to almost a pick. So if you were to do it strictly, you could do.
Wait, hold up. Here's what I want. Here's what we should do. Here's how we'll end the Saturday so that we can get them ready, and we'll try to do the same thing tomorrow. Ray, out of the picks you made, give me a 3-team parlay. What are you most confident out of the 4 picks you made? There's 2 over.
Yeah, I mean,
2 teams.
I got the Ravens.
Yep.
I have the Packers.
Yep.
And I would go with Green Bay, with the Green Bay game under.
All right. Matt, what's your parlay?
Rams, Bucks, Bills. You can go money line with all three of them too.
All right. Kev? You
Well,
give
stick it with
teaser if you want.
Well, stick it with just stuff for today. I would say Bills, Packers, and then Packers under. If you the three team that I actually did already though was Bills, Packers, Chiefs, just money line.
All right, we're done on two. All right,
do you guys think that everybody was kung fu fighting?
Oh.
So I'll give you my
I
three
do.
parlay that I'm going to go with. I would tell you to go with the Bills, the Rams. No, Mike. The Bills, the Packers, and the over on the Packers game. I'm sorry. The Bills, Packers, over on the Packers game. I like both favorites. Favorites is pretty much what I'm saying. And I like the over on both games. I think both games today are going to be shootouts. I think we're going to, by tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking about how, like, all the quarterbacks threw for almost 300 yards today. Like, it was just a bunch of quarterbacks going off.
What would be the biggest surprise of the weekend?
For me, from today to tomorrow?
Yep.
If the Packers got, like, destroyed.
How about if the Browns beat the Chiefs?
Well, that's tomorrow. I get that. That's definitely tomorrow.
I'm just saying the weekend in general.
Oh.
I think that would be the biggest surprise.
Yeah.
I think it would be awesome.
I think it would be. I don't know. All right, Kev, really quick, you got any teasers they can make money off before you go?
So, if you want to do an in-game, same game teaser, I would do one that I did was Packers and the under in that game. So you get 45.5 up to whatever it is, 51.5, and the Packers down to a pick. So I thought I did that, and then I did Packers and Bucks. But that's covering today and tomorrow.
All right. So really quickly, what if I went with, because I love throwing these by you.
You want to go the other way.
I would try to bring the under on the Packers more, so 45.5 down to 39.5.
No, you want to do the over or the under?
I want to do the over on it, but I want to do 39, right?
Yeah, exactly.
39.5 on that game, and then I could bring the Packers down to what, -1?
Yeah, like a pick. Yeah, -1.
All right, so the tease for me would be the Packers -1 and the over on that game of 39.5.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do the Packers and the under. So mine will be under 50, whatever, 50, 50.5, 51.5.
All right, so really quick, because I love this. You added it a different way once again than I did, right?
Yeah, we have the same side but different over under. Yeah.
Which one do you feel safe with? Yours because you're adding more?
What's funny is I don't think LA is going to be able to score, so that's why I'm going with the under. And I don't think Green Bay. I don't think it'll be 38-0 Green Bay. I think it'll be a 27-14, 27-17, something like that.
All right. Hey, anything else you guys want to add before we go? I think we just gave them a couple of parlays. They can just play this back because what's going on now, guys, if you don't know, is so I've been downloading the audio from all of these shows and putting them on Anchor, and then Anchor's been going over to Spotify and iTunes, and I'm starting to get comments that are like out of what's the word I'm looking for when stuff is linear, and they're just coming out of nowhere and they're jumping into something and they don't understand what's been before it. They're asking like crazy questions. And I guess the biggest complaint is that they want the picks to be more like for us to stop and give them the pick.
Okay.
Like I would take, you know what I mean? The Bills, the Packers, and the Packers on the game under. That's, I think, the biggest thing. My response to that, just so you guys know, and it's on your behalf, was pretty much like, go blow your horn. Like, go pound sand. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to do what we want to do. Like, it's going to come out when they come out. Like, we're giving you nuggets to go make goddamn money. Who are we to you? Like, why should we do things in order that you want us to do? Like,
Like,
are we charging you anything for this? I don't think so. So shut up. Rewind.
I'm giving you life-saving information. I'm telling you right now, I've been ahead of the curve with everything, and we're about to become ninjas. You need to get the chopping. I was kicking the rock the other day. I realized my foot wasn't ready for ninja shit.
No,
You got to get ready for ninja shit.
we do.
I'm ready.
So, guys, I'll see you tomorrow at 11:30. We'll figure that one out. Again, enjoy football today. Go out and make some money on us. It's
Chop
me,
you later.
Mike Lepre, Legit Fantasy Football from Legit Fantasy Sports, and I thank you. Enjoy your day.